like the video.
J. Cole dropped a new song yesterday, and it's funny because within 20 minutes of it dropping, all I saw was love and praise and we forgive you for Grippy and blah, blah, blah. But then another hour or two passed, and I started seeing people look deeper into the lyrics, especially the second half of the song, and decide, you know what, maybe I don't like this. And today, we're just going to listen to the song ourselves. We're going to form our own opinion and hopefully start an interesting dialogue, because I think there are a couple of different ways to look at this.
Derapy.
YouTube is going to cook this video for copyright regardless, but I'm still going to skip the intro and the hooks for this song because we're here to talk about the bars. So here's Port Antonio by Jermaine Cole.
Young Jermaine walked the straight and narrow, minimum wage jobs for the narrow, but still my mind was on the zeros. I fiend for the perks that was seen flipping birds, so we was skipping church, but my eyes was on the sparrows. Niggas flipping pies, spending thousands on a payroll. Shit, I wanna shine too, I want dimes too. Jealous niggas wanna know just how my rhymes blew. Mono y mono, I'm Bono, I'm you times two.
I love how J. Cole obviously has some really important things he wants to address, but begins the song by introducing himself to us like we don't really know him. He's like, I'm Jermaine Cole. I used to walk the straight and narrow, you know? We were skipping church, you know? You used to be flipping pies.
Minimum wage jobs for dinero.
I do have to give him props early on in this song because, like,
We remember.
the last memory in most people's minds for J. Cole, unless you're listening to him like on a weekly basis, which I have not been lately, most people's public perception of him has been based off of the Might Delete Later tape, the song off there that he ended up deleting later that I just recently made an episode about, and that godforsaken Grippy verse. But he's out here with a full and elegant beat with a beautiful piano. This sounds like old school Cole, like he's locked in. And the mono a mono, I'm Bono, I'm you 2 times 2, like
We see you.
U2, the band. Like these are bars. Like this is promising stuff here.
You times two. Now I'm bougie, I done outgrew the fountain blue, but never forgot the spot where I developed my plot. To dwell at the top, the veil where all my skeletons locked. If I could do it all over, then I never would swap. I seen good, I seen bad, had my melanin mocked. I seen lifelong friends turn to devilish ops. I was Mike in red leather trying to tell them to stop. You better beat it before you see that heavy metal get popped.
Name a rapper that reminds you of where they're from more often than Cole mentions the Ville. But I like how he blends things that happen with his lifelong friends that he grew up with. He blends those things with what's happening currently with his like industry friends. I like the MJ line where he references Michael Jackson's Beat It, which, believe it or not, was meant to deter gang violence. Did you know that? Did you know that about Michael Jackson's Beat It?
Why would I know that?
He's obviously referring to the Drake and Kendrick beef, who were constantly making references to Michael Jackson. But it also doesn't work that well because he talks about how he was the one that was trying to tell him to stop. So he's probably referring to other people that are not Kendrick and Drake here, because I don't know if J. Cole was actually behind the scenes trying to get people to stop, because he did drop 7 Minute Drill. One of the things that this song fails to do is acknowledge the existence of J. Cole's presence in the rap beef. Like, you did drop a diss track. Just because you deleted it and apologized doesn't mean that it didn't happen, but we'll talk more about that later.
See that heavy metal get popped. He was a mean ass wing with a hell of a shot, but if no team draft king, he gon' bet on the block. He wanna ball till he fall until the Federals knock, and sit his ass on the bench for moving careless with rock. You can't relate unless your father was not around and your mother went out and found someone else and then brought around, and they salaries didn't combine when they married and brought you out of that poverty. Then you moved to a soft little part of town, so that when you back in the hood you feel awkward about it now. Then your confidence start to drown, but the rapping gave you some positive thoughts, so you jot them down. You jot them down.
This is such a nice verse. The flow switch is really great. I also love, if no team draft king, he gon' bet on the block. Bars. Cole talks about a father not being around until a mother remarries, and their combined salaries are the only thing that bring them out of poverty. Like, this is deep stuff. The instrumental's dope, haunting, chilling, deep. The delivery has an appropriate tone. The flow switches are good. The entendres are solid. A passionate delivery. Like, this is solid stuff here. This does not sound like the guy that made Grippy at all. Now we're going to skip the refrain and chorus, And we're going to get into the second verse where Cole calls himself Benjamin Button.
He really enjoys doing that.
And then he's going to address what you have all been waiting for.
Try again.
What you have all been waiting for.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, Benjamin Button, cold flows, reverse time. To find deliveries good as mine, you gotta search primes. I'm scaling heights higher than birds can perch, trying to be something, hoping that peace comes to my cursed mind. One thing's for sure, that I've matured from my first rhyme. I learned long ago, you can't please them all and it hurts trying. In this game where all you've got is your name, like Dirk, I'm smirking at niggas trying to besmirch mine. Absurd times, where the fake get told it is wise. I can see hate in both of your eyes, but the third's blind. So you search lines, but you struggle, which explains the puzzled look on the dull faces the word finds. I hate when raps become, but like do not disturb signs. Can't knock it if I see it's about to do. They instigate the fuckery because it's profitable. But singing stop the violence tunes with dudes in hospitals.
This line concerned me because the most intense part of Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly was the song You, where Kendrick basically hates himself because someone he promised to look after was dying in a hospital while he was on tour. So, ironically, this would have been like an incredibly tough bar if this was a diss track, but I don't think Cole was really trying to do that. Now, Genius says that this may be referring to members of Drake's team being shot at. So, like, maybe J. Cole was simply just saying, like, he just wants people to play nice and not get violent. I'm going to just give him the benefit of the doubt and just assume that, you know, his intentions are good there. But it's just funny because the fact that we're even talking about all this when I thought the beef had been over for months is... It's just kind of silly. I also find irony in Cole talking about seeing hate in people's eyes, but their third eye is blind. Like, what? Did you not listen to Watch the Party Die? Like, I'm pretty sure Kendrick wants this to be over with. He even said it in the Super Bowl commercial. Drake is the one out here asking for a round two. Like, get your man. But anyways, let's continue.
But singing stop the violence tunes with dudes in hospitals. I pulled the plug because I seen where that was about to go. They wanted blood, they wanted clicks to make their pockets grow. They see this fire in my pen and think I'm dodging smoke. I wouldn't have lost the battle dog, I would have lost the bro. I would have gained a foe. And all for what? Just to attain some old props from strangers that don't got a clue what I've been aiming for.
Okay, I have so many thoughts about this, right? So these lines are what most people are confused about, and I'm kind of lost here too. So Cole says he pulled the plug because he saw where it was about to go. Now, correct me if I'm wrong.
I will.
I was alive earlier this year. I thought he deleted it because he just didn't feel like it. He was taking shots at a top 3 discography and felt silly, saying Kendrick was too short to box with the god and he fell off like The Simpsons. He came out and said it was the lamest shit he ever did in his life. Those are not my words. Those are J. Cole's words. That didn't sound like I dropped out because I saw how bad things are going to get. So as far as I'm concerned, this is a lie. Like either he lied when he was apologizing or he's lying now. I just don't think it's both. It's either one, it was awkward dissing Kendrick. I love him and he's a great rapper and I don't want to beef with him. Or two, I saw or heard how bad things are going to get and I bowed out. These are completely different things. Which one is it? If he were to say it was both in the song, I would get it. But before, he was saying it's because it didn't feel right. It was disturbing his peace. Now he's saying, oh, things were getting out of hand and I was trying to be a bigger man. I don't think I believe you. Then we get, they wanted blood. They wanted clicks to make their pockets grow. So now, now you're saying that you didn't engage in the rap beef because you don't need the money. They do.
Jermaine.
I'm not out here trying to pocket watch. Correct me if I'm wrong, leave it in the comments. If we're ranking who on a raw level has more money, Drake, who has the most money between Drake and Kendrick and J. Cole, do you think J. Cole's first? That's all I'm going to ask. That's all I'm going to say about that. I just want J. Cole to make up his mind. So you can make First Person Shooter and 7 Minute Drill saying we're the big three, but I feel like Muhammad Ali. I'm as big as the Super Bowl. Then you put out a diss track that you delete. But now you're saying both of them were just doing it for clicks. Did Meet the Grams sound like it was for clicks? He said Drake should die. And Drake said Kendrick beat his girl and she was impregnated by their mutual friend. I don't think that was about making money. And now this line really gets me. I wouldn't have lost a battle dog. I would have lost a bro. I would have gained a foe, and all for what? Props from strangers? That's not what I'm aiming for. So people are saying that he's not saying that he would have won the battle. Then What does I wouldn't have lost the battle mean? What do you mean? We're just putting words in his mouth. J. Cole is a talented enough writer to where I feel like he could have come up with a better way to say, I wasn't really concerned about the outcomes of the battle. I was concerned about losing a friend. The way that he framed it was, it's not like I was going to lose or anything.
Yeah, go ahead and log off for me, bro.
I'm just not trying to hear it. Like, the people that are running defense for J. Cole, like, we don't even know what he really means. I just have to go based off of what he put in his own song. He literally said, I wouldn't have lost a battle. I would have lost a bro. And y'all might say, oh, he was just doing it for the sake of alliteration, for the B's, for the bars. And I'm just telling you that I actually don't think you're giving J. Cole enough credit. I think that we should just assume that he means what he's saying, okay? Honestly, at this point, and I never thought I would say this, somehow, like, okay, here's what I'm trying to say. At least Drake tried. Like Drake lost. Like, we all agree that Drake lost, right? And we know that Drake lost because he wants a round two. If he won, why would you want round two, right? We're past that. But at least Drake, even though everybody clowned him for the Heart Part 6, which is the worst thing I've ever heard Drake do, and I heard Wagwan Delilah, that song was terrible. Family Matters sounded cool, if you didn't think about it too much. Push-Ups was good in my opinion. I'm not even going to argue about that. At least the tailor-made freestyle, the Buried Alive parody, Drake tried, okay? If nothing else, you can say at least he went in. He went all in, He fell on his face, but he tried. J. Cole not only put out a diss track he was ashamed of, couldn't get sleep over, then deleted it, then apologized, then waited until October. It's been 5 months and is now coming out like, listen, guys, honestly, my eyes are open. Their third eye is shut. Frankly, they were out here doing this for clicks and profit and views, and I'm just above all that. For the record, it wouldn't have been about me losing. My pen game is fire. I'm Benjamin Button out here. And it's like, how valuable is your friendship with Kendrick Lamar and Drake that you didn't want to get in on all this stuff? Like, last I checked, J. Cole has a child. He probably has a lover. He probably has day ones that he raps about all the time. Is your friendship so important with Kendrick and Drake that you couldn't engage in like this exhibition? I'm pretty sure Kendrick mentioned that it was supposed to be like a friendly exhibition. He probably would have kept it cool with you. And this whole like, oh, there's no way he could have done the rap battle and they still would have been cool. Drake and Meek Mill are not trying to kill each other every time they see each other. Like, they're fine now. And Drake destroyed Meek Mill. So like, no one was asking you to fight or engage in warfare, pull out the stick. We were just asking you to rap, and you're acting like anybody expected anything crazy from you. Like, we were asking you to throw away all your morals and dignity. We just wanted you to rap. And now you're doing it, trying to tell us like how things actually happen behind the scenes. I'm going to need you to be more specific, J. Cole. I had a script. I'm totally off of it. The point is, I don't like it. Like, I don't like the way he's framing this as if like we don't remember what happened 5 months ago. I don't know. Let's just listen to more of the song. Like, I'm tight. I'm tight about this. Like, I just expected better.
I would have lost the battle, dog. I would have lost the bro. I would have gained a foe. And all for what? Just to attain some old props from strangers that don't got a clue what I've been aiming for since the age of 14. Jermaine is no king, if that means I gotta dig up dirt and pay the whole team of algorithm bot niggas just to sway the whole thing on social media. Competing for your favorable memes to be considered best to live and rest. The weight of both things. I understand the thirst of being first that made them both swing, protecting legacies. So lines got crossed, perhaps regrettably. My friends went to war, I walked away with all they blood on me. Now some will discredit me, try wipe away my pedigree, but please find a nigga out that's rapping this incredibly.
Pay the whole team of algorithm bot niggas just to sway the whole thing on social media, competing for your favorable memes, has some people thinking that this is a Kendrick diss, and I don't know, maybe. I wish Cole would speak up. Can you be a little more clear? Because if you look at it as like the bots are the people talking about the tracks, then that's Drake. Like, being in talks with streamers about behind the scenes stuff and like drop times, when to be on stream and all this other stuff, that's on Drake's side. I feel like J. Cole might have really let Drake get in his head, because Drake is the one talking about how Kendrick is on TikTok scrolling nonstop till his fingers hurt trying to find dirt on Drake. Like, you couldn't just Google his name and find out all the information that's in Not Like Us. It just feels disingenuous to me. Dude's talking about Kendrick like he's Neon view-botting on Kick or something. Algorithm tricks are not what made Not Like Us pop. Like, the song was fire when it dropped. It was a banger. It was the song of the summer. Like, it is what it is. I'm frankly sick of hearing Not Like Us. Like, I'm over it. I love Kendrick, and I'm glad he won the beef, frankly. He deserved to. But these songs aren't getting played over and over and over again because of algorithms and bot tricks. And you can say that Not Like Us might have gotten the $1 million baby treatment, where if you play any random individual hip-hop song on Spotify, then Not Like Us automatically starts afterwards. But that happens with any high-charting song. The same thing was happening to Drake when Push Ups first came out, and there was no other song out yet. But you know where that stuff doesn't work? YouTube. And that song and that video went crazy. Kendrick did not do any promo. He's just putting out links on Twitter and uploading it on YouTube. That's it. And the fact that Cole is claiming to not want part of this, but also, like, if being king means digging up dirt and memes, then I want no part of it. That's literally Drake. Also, the beef is over. The reason why 7-Minute Drill didn't work is because you spent like 7 minutes writing it, and the beat reminds most people of Nicki Minaj's Bigfoot. Yuck. Like, I just wish I could, like, see the world, like, walk into, like, a multiversal different dimension where when Cole released 7-Minute Drill, 90% of the people that heard it were like, oh, this is fire. Oh, he's winning the beef right now. Oh, Kendrick needs to respond to this. If Cole would have got that love when 7-Minute Drill dropped, I'm telling you, he wouldn't have deleted it. He would have been fine with it. He couldn't sleep because he kept seeing people talk about, like, why is he saying that To Pimp a Butterfly is boring? No, he's saying Good Kid, Mad City is boring. If I was the sole reason these stupid ass conversations were happening, I would have deleted the song too. I get it. Anyways, the My Friends Went to War and I Walked Away with All Their Blood on Me would be cool if it seemed like Kendrick actually broke a serious sweat while putting belt to ass. Like, how did Kendrick bleed when he had 10 more songs in stock?
10.
I am not trying to get like super fired up about this. I'm not trying to come on here like a hater or like a glazer. I like J. Cole. The first half of the song is great. It probably would have been like a strong 9.
9.
Like, it's a great song. But the second half of the song is just kind of all over the place and feels like kind of a lie. And I just think the revisionist history here is crazy. That's all I'm trying to say.
Please find a nigga out that's rapping this incredibly. My dog texted me, I share the words he said to me. If you refuse to shoot the gun, don't mean the gun ain't deadly. I guess in that metaphor, hypothetically, the gun is me. I texted back like, guess a gun ain't what I'm trying to be, my nigga. They stripped me of my spot and now I'm finally free, my nigga. They say I'm picking sides, they don't you lie on me, my nigga. To start another war, hey Drake, you'll always be my nigga. I ain't ashamed to say you did a lot for me, my nigga.
Okay, this is pretty much where the song lost me. Like, I know there's a little bit more and we're gonna get to it, but I don't understand how in a song where you talk about how you didn't want to get into a battle with Kendrick because you saw where it was going, even though we remember 5 months ago you said you didn't want to get in a battle with Kendrick because you love him and he's a great rapper, how you end this song by saying, Drake, you'll always be my guy and I'll never forget the things that you've done for me, but you don't mention Kendrick. And I don't think Kendrick actually gives a shit. Like, I don't think he's listening to the song like, man, he really shouted out Drake and not me. I just think either mention both of them by name or mention neither of them by name. I had a real life situation this year where 2 of my friends had a falling out, right? And I talk about a lot of personal things on my podcast. If I wanted to talk about how I didn't want to get involved in that situation, wanted to be friends with both of them, I'm not going to be like, yeah, that all was crazy, but by the way, Larry, I still rock with you, man. We're still cool. That doesn't make any sense. Why wouldn't I mention the other one? But it's ridiculous to say I'm not taking sides. I don't care about the narratives, even though, yeah, I was on songs where people were like very clearly dissing Drake. And yeah, I did bring up some things that Drake was accusing Kendrick of doing in this song that you're listening to right now. But I'm not taking sides. Like, I do love Drake, and I'll never forget what he did for me. And Kendrick, speak up. I forgot. Like, what? Like, it seems like he put so much time and energy into this song because it's a song about some stuff that literally happened earlier this year. You would think he would think to himself, I'm saying that I want peace between the three of us, but at the same time, I'm mentioning Drake by name and not Kendrick. Again, this is not in defense of Kendrick. I'm just saying it's a weird thing for Jermaine Cole to do. The song starts out so good, and then we get into what I believe are kind of straight up lies, and then it ends with like, for the record, this was for you, Drake. You're my guy. Can we address the allegations, brother? Does Cole care about culture, about hip hop? Does he care that Drake said nigga 37 times to prove how black he is? Does he care that people think Drake likes little girls? Does he care that Drake said Kendrick beats his partner and cheats on her with white women and she cheated on him and had another guy's baby? Does that matter to Cole at all? That sounds like something that J. Cole would make a song about. Does Cole care about the conversations that Kendrick started in Euphoria? Does he care about the idea that Drake is running to Atlanta? He's taking advantage. Does Cole care that Kendrick and Drake mocked him in almost every single track that after he opted out of the beef? Like, can you speak up? Do we have to wait for the fall off? Like, I'm not mad, okay?
No, you sound super chill.
I'm just disappointed. like, you say you're not in it for the clicks or profit, but like, what's going to get you the most attention right now, J. Cole? Is it talking about what you're doing next with your album, or is it talking about a beef that ended months ago? Y'all let me know in the comments.
A lot for me, my nigga. Fuck all the narratives. Tapping back into your magic pen is what's imperative. Reminding these folks why we do it. It's not for beefing, it's for speaking our thoughts, pushing ourselves, reaching the charts, reaching your minds, keeping your hearts, creeping to find emotions to touch, something inside to open you up, help you cope with the rough times and shit. I'm sending love cause we ain't prime and shit. My nigga, y'all niggas ain't stopping me. Yeah.
Look, I like J. Cole, okay? I grew up listening to him, and when he said that they were the big three last year, I was like, yeah, that makes sense to me. Like, I've been a fan of J. Cole since I was a high school sophomore. That was 13 years ago.
You are old as fuck.
I've listened to every Cole album since then. But, like, getting older is crazy because when your brain develops, you really start to look at these people as just people. You know, you realize that everyone's capable of making mistakes. The Heart Part 6 for Drake, 7-Minute Drill for J. Cole, Nicki Minaj's Bigfoot, KSI's Thick of It.
From the screen to the ring.
I just want an album, okay? Like, can we just get back to that being how we judge artists and not, like, whatever this is? But, yeah, if you made it this far, like the video, give me 5 stars if you're on Spotify or Apple, and leave a comment. And I'll leave you with my editor.
Yeah, no monetization on this one, so please consider supporting the show by becoming a member for $1 or become a certified Derapist for $5 and get a shout out like this.
Listen naturally, shouts out to Johnny Carwash, Draben War, Jordan, On the Hunt Productions, Frame Rate, DC, Ethan Throwaway Beats, Messina, Emma McCoy, Agony, Rich Mix, Nate Rubin, Stout Shaco, High 3, Thomas the Dank Engine, Cuts by Reggie, _ Zeus, Whiskey, Aaron Dobb, no, this one, The Absolute Fucking Worst, Venomous, Greenberg 305, Shaggy's World 999, and did you look at that? Brand new member, Blackjack Gaming. Love to see it. All right.
Love you, mean it, enjoy the outro.
Yeah, get up with me. Fuck sneak this in first person shooter. I hope they came with 3 switches. I crash out like fuck rap. This Melly Mel if I had to. Got 2 T's with me. I'm snatching chains and burning tattoos. It's up. Lost too many soldiers not to play it safe. If he walk around with that stick, it ain't Andre 3K. Think I won't drop the location. I still got PTSD. Motherfuck the big 3. Nigga, it's just big me. Nigga, bum. What? I'm really like that. And your best work is a light pack. Nigga, Prince outlived Mike Jack. Nigga, bum. For all your dogs getting buried, that's a K with all these 9s. You gon' see Pet Cemetery, nigga.